Great. So this morning's 8 a.m. class, really lovely class. You guys know me, right? There's so many different kinds of classes I love. Love a twisting class. I love a class that's very focused on the breath. And then, of course, I love a core class. So this one is Kundalini one. It's called the Kriya we'll do. The set of exercises called the Kriya for strengthening the abdominal muscles. But really, it's about stabilizing the energy at the navel center. And then we'll do this powerful breath practice that really opens the heart. And then we'll do a lovely meditation and Shavasana. And so I kind of wanted us to finish with this lovely elevated practice and one for you to have in your toolbox over these few weeks. And you have so many different kinds of practices. And so it's the wonderful thing with your practice, you own it and you do whatever you need to do at any particular day. So let's start seated. Great. I'm going to take my phone for all the timings. Oh yes, so we're going to do we're going to do a new breathing practice to start, right? And it's one that I definitely I think it's wonderful. It takes a little bit of practice. Okay, so this is your first time doing it. So you just make do with and see how it goes. I'm going to blow my nose because it's a nose one. So it's alternate nostril breathing, right? Which you're all familiar with, as a breath of fire, right? Which you're also familiar with. And so there's a lot of breath of fires this morning. And so if it's the first few days of your menstrual cycle, long deep breaths, and they are just as effective. And so don't feel like you're only getting half the practice. So if you need to do long deep breaths too. So the alternate nostril breathing, we're going to breathe in to the left and out to the right. We're going to try and do it a little bit as a breath of fire. So it'll look like this. The way I find it is, I don't try to focus on inhaling and exhaling which nostril. I just kind of move the fingers along with it. So it's like I press against the left one to exhale. So I just focus on, I'm always exhaling to the right, and then it automatically inhales to the left. If it feels like any kind of hassle, don't bother with it, just go slow. I'm going to do a minute right to left, and then do a minute left to right, okay? So this is a great one for balancing the brain and really dropping in. So let's start just by closing our eyes and tune in. So notice how you feel this morning. Notice your energy. Maybe you feel quite enlivened. Maybe you feel like a more dull energy. Maybe your mind is quite focused. Maybe it's more foggy. Maybe it's busy. Or maybe it's slower. But just notice, how are you this morning? So I'm going to set the timer. And so we'll do this alternate nostril breathing. So, not that one. You're going to inhale to the left, exhale to the right. And we're going to do it for 1 minute, eyes closed. So, if you're doing it as a breath of fire, draw the navel in with each exhale. As always, I always find it's important to make sure you get a good inhale. The power of the pose is in the exhale, but I find you run out of air if you don't make sure you have a good inhale as well. Remember, your pace. Now take a deep inhale through the left nostril. Pause, hold the breath, and draw up to the pelvic floor. Chin in, eye gaze to the center of the forehead. And re-engage Mula Bandha when we drop to the pelvic floor. You're compressing and enlivening the energy of the cerebrospinal fluid and forcing it up the spine, and it creates this slight pressure in the center of the brain. And that's the activation of the pineal gland, pituitary gland. Hold. And when you're ready, exhale. Just take a moment, take a deep inhale through both nostrils. And let's go straight to the other side. So, thumb of one finger blocks the left, thumb of your left hand blocks, or actually, it's easier to stay, I find, with your right hand. So the ring finger blocks your left nostril, the thumb blocks your right nostril. So now you're inhaling right and exhaling left. And off you go. So make it much slower if you're finding it difficult to coordinate it. Absolutely no problem. You can inhale through your right nostril. And pause, hold the breath. Squeeze up to pelvic floor. Bring your attention to the center of your brain. Exhale, release. And just take a moment here. Great. Let's come around to all fours. And let's do a little bit of cat and cow. So really focus on, as you inhale and as you exhale, moving through the spine. And so today's class, a lot of core work. And so your objective is to activate the energy at your navel center. And so you make any adjustments and modifications. A compassionate and kind internal gaze. Important to be mentally kind and gentle with ourselves. On your next exhale, tuck your toes and push back into down dog. And here, press in with your hands, gently pushing the heels back towards the floor. And now bend both your knees and then tilt the sitting bones towards the ceiling. Push with your hands and then straighten the legs. Do that 2 more times. Bend the knees, tilt sitting bones up towards the ceiling, and then straighten your legs. And 1 more. Bend the knees, and then straighten the legs. Full deep breaths. a deep inhale. And a long exhale. And now left knee down, step your right foot forward between your hands. Place your hands onto that right knee and sink down. Lifting the chest. And then let's reach the arms up. Hook your thumbs and sink down as you reach up. It's nice to gently, slowly open the body up. And now take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, let's lean to the right. So leaning in the direction of that bent knee. Inhale back to center. And then exhale, hands down and step back into down dog. Take a full inhale here. And a long exhale. And now right knee down and left foot forward between your hands. Hands to your knee and carefully sinking down. Remember, your front knee over the ankle and not forward of it. Really nice. And now reach the arms up and hook the opposite thumb in front. And exhale, sink down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sink down. One more, reach up and back. And sink down. And now inhale, reach. And lean to your left. Take a deep inhale here. And exhale, lean a little bit more. Inhaling. And exhale. Inhale back to center, reach. Exhale, hands down and step back into down dog. Take a full inhale here. And a long exhale. And now carefully walk your feet all the way to your hands at the top of the mat. Hands to your shins. Inhale, lift your heart. And exhale, fold in. Inhale, come all the way up, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. So we'll do a bunch of sun salutations, warming the body. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands down and step back into plank. Take a full inhale here. And then on the first one, it's nice sometimes. Knees down, elbows in, come all the way to the floor. Flatten your feet. Inhale into Cobra. And then exhaling, tuck your toes and press back into down dog. And a full inhale here. A long exhale. 2 more just like that. Inhaling. And exhaling. Relax your shoulders, firm your thighs. Inhaling. And exhaling. Bend your knees, walk, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale halfway, lift your heart. Exhale, fold in. Inhale all the way up, reach up. Exhaling, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhaling, fold forwards. Inhale halfway. Exhale, step back to plank. And again, we'll take an extra breath here in plank. So deep inhale. And as you exhale, elbows in, so knees down or no knees, and come all the way or halfway, whatever suits you. Inhale, Cobra, up dog. Exhale into down dog. Deep inhale. And a full exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And one more deep inhale. And a full exhale. End of the exhale, bend your knees and walk, step, or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold in. Inhale all the way up, reach up. Exhaling, hands to heart. Go again, inhale, reach up. Exhaling, fold forwards. Inhale halfway. Exhale, step back and lower. So halfway, all the way, knees or no knees. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale back into down dog. Full inhale. Long exhale. Full inhale. Long exhale. Bend your knees, look between your hands, and walk, step, or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's do one more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, step back and lower, coming all the way to the floor or halfway. Inhaling up dog or cobra. And exhaling back into down dog. Take a full inhale here. A long exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. Now bend your knees. We're going to come to lying down. So you can hop and come lying down on your back. Great, great. And so we're going to do an alternate leg lift. And so hands beneath your hips. And then as you inhale, one leg comes up. And as you exhale, it comes down. And then the other one up and down. And close your eyes. And stay present with what you're doing. Now inhale both legs straight up. Pause, hold the breath. Squeeze the pelvic floor. Exhale, slowly release the legs down. Palms facing up, completely relax. And bring your breath down into the abdominal area. Okay. We're going to go again. This time we're going to piston the legs. So hands underneath your hips. Inhale, one leg comes in. Exhale, the other one. And you decide on the angle. If this is too close to the ground, if the back feels like it's lifting, then bring the legs higher up, right? And that'll support the lower back more. Eyes closed. And keep your attention very much in your body. Inhale, both legs out to about 60 degrees. Pause, hold the breath, squeeze pelvic floor, holding. Exhale, carefully release down, palms facing up. Breathe down into the whole navel area and completely relax. Okay, draw the knees in and let's roll onto our belly. Oh, actually coming around to all fours when you come up into a down dog. Just so I can see it better. So coming into a down dog, I'm going to stay here and hold and breathe. So find a steady gaze for your hands, for your eyes rather. So your hands are firmly planted and your eyes are steady and long, deep breaths. Firm your thighs. Maybe even lift the toes a little bit briefly and then press them down. If you like, you can close your eyes, no problem. Long, deep breaths. Staying really present. And now carefully coming all the way down to the floor, and we'll come into Cobra. And so here in Cobra, you have the choice of breath of fire or long, deep breath. And so it's a very strong back bend. And so don't necessarily come into the highest Cobra you've ever done. Hands beneath your shoulders, just here at the floating ribs, and lift up, firm the thighs, firm the legs, and then either long, deep breaths or breath of fire. Eyes closed. I'm going to be here for a minute, and so if you need to take a break, please do come down, bless yourself, and come back up. Breath of fire, navel draws in, expelling the air through the nose, passive inhale. And find the speed that works for you. Legs are active. Take a deep inhale. Pause, hold the breath. Squeeze pelvic floor. Eye gaze center of the forehead. Exhale, release all the way down. Make a little pillow. And focus your attention in your navel area as you breathe. The place of our personal will, energy center. Nice. So let's come lying on our back. So knees are bent. We're going to do yogi sit-up. And so we're going to inhale for 6 and exhale for 6. Hands behind your head. So when you inhale, you're coming down. So for 6, let's start by inhaling. And then exhale, lifting up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When you inhale, you're coming down, but don't come all the way, right? And exhale, squeeze and lift up. Push the head into the hands. Inhale, 6. And exhale, 6, coming up. Squeeze as you come up and you exhale. Just a couple more. Last one. And rest down. You can let your knees knock together, feet a bit wider, palms up. And soften everything. Breathe into your belly. So the next one we're doing, you're familiar with this one. It's stretch pose. And so stretch pose, we're going to do it for 90 seconds, 1.5 minutes. And so in stretch pose, loads of variations. So the full version is the legs extended, lifted, arms reaching, and breath of fire. So long, deep breaths if you're on your menstrual cycle, or breath of fire is just not suiting you, no problem. And then loads of modifications, one leg at a time, alternating, and one hand behind the head to support the neck. Okay, so find whichever version suits you. Okay, and let's go. And if you need to take a break, just take a break and come back in again, okay? Doing great. With just 1 minute in, 30 seconds to go. You got this. Last 10 seconds. Take a deep inhale. Pause, hold, squeeze pelvic floor, hold. Exhale. And completely relax. Soften everything. Deep breaths. And just tune in. Notice. Okay. Let's keep going. So come around onto your belly. And so loads of variations again, always. So either come into Sphinx pose, and we're going to stay here, long deep breaths or breath of fire. Right, so that's one variation. Second variation, bend the knees, lift up and stay here. So you're getting the back bend and either long deep breaths or breath of fire. And the third one is to come into bow pose. Okay, so see which one's going to suit you. And again, long deep breaths or breath of fire. We're here for 1 minute. Take a deep inhale, lift up, push the shins, extend, hold, squeeze. Exhale, release everything down. And relax. Waggle your hips a little bit maybe. And now push back into an extended child's pose. So the arms are reaching forward. And breathe here. And breathe into your back body. And tune in. How's it feel in your body, in your mind, when you activate the energy at your navel center? It tends to have a very stabilizing effect. And it's the kind of stability that you can kind of tap into for the remainder of the day. Okay. So one more tricky pose. Okay, it's going to be camel pose with long, deep breaths. So camel pose is a very strong back bend. And so everyone will have the version that works for them. So starting with the toes tucked. And you might be just here, the hands on the waist. And then think of that spiraling in the chest. So it's the sternum lifting towards the ceiling. The hips stay above the knees so we don't lean back. And then here we have this lovely lifting in the navel, in the chest rather. And this may be where you'll be. You may put your hands to the floor, to your heels rather, or you may put the feet down and put your hands to your heels all the way back. I'll set the timer. We'll go here for 1 minute, okay? So anywhere at all that suits you, long, deep breaths. So this is a very strong pose. And I would encourage you to keep your chin in. When you extend the leg, the neck back, the head back, lengthening the neck, it can sometimes create a bit of anxiety in the pose. And long, deep breaths. Already halfway there. Very strong pose. Lift the heart. You got this. Whichever version you're in. Now take a deep inhale. Pause, hold the breath. And then hands carefully exhale. Slowly, slowly coming out. Very strong. And let's come into child's pose. So knees wide and rest down. Very strong in the lower back. Hands reaching back. And breathe here. And now, very carefully, coming up. Let's come to a seated position. So, make yourself comfortable. Pop a pillow maybe, or a cushion underneath you. Close your eyes. And just observe the space around your navel. That feeling of stability in the central part of your body. So we did a kind of a version of this practice. Stabilized energy at the navel. So now it's a lovely heart opening breathing practice. We kind of did a version of it last week. And so we're going to go for a little while at it. So when you inhale and exhale through your nose, there's 2. So it's inhale 2 sniffs and exhale 2 sniffs. And when you inhale and exhale through your mouth, it's 4. Okay, and we'll be going between the 2. And so the way I think of when I'm doing this one is exhale, then you inhale, and then you switch. You go to the other, say the mouth. Inhale, exhale, and then nose. Sorry, exhale, inhale, and after the inhale, you switch. Exhale, inhale, nose. Exhale, inhale, mouth. Exhale, inhale, nose. Exhale, inhale, mouth. I'm going to guide you for a good portion of it. And then, so think of after the inhale, you switch to the other one, okay? So let me start the timer. Elbows are bent. And so we inhale through our nose twice. And then we'll exhale through our mouth 4 times. And arms coming in, rounding. Inhale through the mouth 4 times. And now switch, exhale, nose twice. Inhale, nose twice. Exhale, mouth 4 times. Inhale, mouth 4 times. Exhale, nose. Inhale, nose. Exhale, mouth. Inhale, mouth. 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 Inhale, mouth. Inhale, nose. Exhale, mouth. Inhale, mouth. Exhale, nose. Inhale, nose. Exhale, mouth. Inhale, mouth. Stay with it. Switch after the inhale. And now take a deep inhale. Palms facing out. Hold. Squeeze pelvic floor and hold. Whenever you're ready, release. And just sit here. And notice where in your body you can feel the energy. Open your heart and feel like you're inclusive of all the space around you. Sense of being very grounded in the heart and also expansive to the room around you. Really stay very dropped in. drop your attention into the very center of yourself. Like go right inside the chamber of your heart. Source of all love, tuning in to that center of your being, which is just pure love. Tuning into the frequency of your heart. Let's come lying down. So lying completely relaxed. Now feel like bright white light coming in through the crown of your head, saturating your brain, filling it up. And this white pranic energy, this light coming into the crown of your head, going through your whole head and coming down into your throat, your shoulders, down your arms to your fingertips, coming through the crown of your head, through your throat, into your heart, your lungs, your diaphragm, your liver, your spleen, your pancreas. This white light floating, flowing through everywhere, through all your organs of digestion, your reproductive organs, and down your legs, all the way to the tips of your toes. And as you lie here, feel yourself opening up to the frequency of radiant health. We know so much of our health and well-being is created by ourselves, in our mind, in our energy. And so as you lie here, feel yourself attuned to the frequency of radiance, of health, of love. And just linger just a moment longer here. Then very carefully draw your knees into your chest. And roll onto your right side. And take a moment on your right side just to notice how you feel. And then carefully coming all the way up to sitting. Eyes closed. And if we were to take little MRI electrodes to your brain, you sense that you have really created a shift in them this morning. And so just notice how you feel in your body, in your energy, in your mind. And as you are here in this real connected space, what is revealing itself to you? It's generally not a thinking mind thing, just a sense coming from that place of deep knowing. Bring your hands to prayer at your heart center and bow your head to that wise being inside of you, that deep knowing, the teacher within you, and your light. And may you be like a beacon of light as you go through your day, uplifting and elevating all those you come in contact with. Namaste. Thank you all so much. And thank you so much for showing up, for taking care of yourselves. There's been a lovely community of us Just doing the work. And that's what we need to do. Just keep doing the work. I'm so grateful to have you guys all. I'm going to turn off the record. Oh.